What's up, guys? It's your boy. Still needs an intro, and it's a sad day in the Bussey household. Here we have our 1984 Cutlass Supreme. Now, the reason I have such a strong attachment to this car is because this, thank you to my parents, was my first daily driver. It's been the family spare car for a few years now, and it was passed on to me at the beginning of my sophomore year. Are the true Krager SS rims, which is kind of counterintuitive considering that these 245s are some of the widest tires we own, but yet this is probably the least powerful car out of the fleet. In true 80s style, there is of course fake wood trim on the doors and fake wood trim on the dash, as well as fake wood trim in the center cluster. Basically all GMs of the G-body area had this style of headlight switch and this almost identical speedometer setup. You can see on the doors it says Cutlass Supreme, as well as the hand crank windows and the manual mirrors. But also in true 80s fashion, this thing literally has a couch for a front seat. And in true Doug DeMuro fashion, I'm going to attempt to climb in the couch of a back seat as well. Now I'm 6'1", and this is my standard driving position. So what I sit like in the back seat is where a normal adult would sit like in the back seat. So here we go. And as you can see, it's not the roomiest of cars. But while I'm back here, let me show you a couple of the little things. Obviously, safety wasn't of the utmost priority, so there are only lap belts back here. There is the same wood trim as featured in the front, and not one, but two ashtrays. And if you're big enough to sit back here, you probably shouldn't be smoking. So, the only other modification done to the interior of the car is the aftermarket head unit, and that's only because we needed an aux jack. Besides the head unit and the rims, as previously stated, this is an all-original car, including the 120 horsepower V6. Now let's pop the hood and take a look at the powerhouse of this thing. And here you can see the glorious 120 horsepower, 130 pound-feet of torque, all original 3.8 liter V6 with only 135,000 miles on it. This came with the 3-speed Power Glide automatic transmission. I say let's hear this kitty purr. Another telltale GM thing, all the way up until the 90s, are these two keys. These are used to start the cars, and these are used for doors, and now the trunk. While we're back here, I figured I would show you guys the original factory paint. I turned on my flash so you could see it slightly better, but this is the original metallic champagne brown, and it is absolutely beautiful. And also, while we're back here, here's just a quick quirk of all older style of cars. The gas cap is behind the license plate, and that was to do with the gas crisis throughout the 70s and on into the 80s, so that people wouldn't steal a gas cap, on top of the fact that it helps clean up the body lines. And let's just take a moment to appreciate chrome bumpers. Now, if you did not know, a lot of older style cars that have hood ornaments will actually have a cable attached to them, and that's for two different reasons. One, if a bird comes along and smacks it, it's able to push it up, it'll it'll snap back in place. And that's also for theft reasons. So when you try and pull on it, it won't break off. On the whole bird subject, this also has movable grills. And that's again, so if a bird comes along, hits it, it'll bounce it out of the way. One more thing of appreciation is the sheer sound that these older cars make when you shut the door. Now my phone audio probably isn't doing this thing any justice, but this thing literally sounds like a bank vault inside of here. It is completely silent. But I figured I would hop in, put the key in her one last time, and take her on a ride before she's gone. Taking her on her last drive. It's a sad day. It's a sad day. Tyler Hoover from Hoovie's Garage actually made a very good point when he bought his Cadillac. I believe it was his Cadillac Eldorado. But it only makes like 200 some horsepower. It's not some crazy figure car, but he made a good point. He said, why is it that so many of these luxury cars nowadays have to be so performance oriented? If you're spending 6 figures plus on a car that's a luxury car that doesn't have a 0 to 60 time of less than 4 seconds, you would want your money back. And why is it that a pure luxury car is just too much to ask for nowadays? That's what this car is for. This car, and many others like it, are meant to get you and your small family from point A to point B and look somewhat decent while you're doing it for a very affordable price, get decent gas mileage. Why is it that a pure affordable luxury car is just too much to ask for these days? One that doesn't have to focus any one bit on performance. Which is why I love this car so much, and why so many other people at my school, and all of my friends, family, colleagues like this car so much. Is because it is the only true old school car that was in the parking lot at the time, obviously. Everybody loves it. I have so many memories and stories with this car. And constantly making fun of it because it's a turd, but that's what it was built for. From the factory, it was meant to go 0 to 60 eventually. But it's just a comfortable ride. You and your 4 other passengers can just ride around in style. This is solely just a luxury car at a bargain. But that's why I and so many other people love this car so much. That's why it is such a sad deal for me. Because I am truly going to miss this car. This car means so much to me. It is more than just a means of transportation. I have gained so many relationships and people and friends just from having this car and driving it every day. But this car is so much more than just a car to me. That's why I truly am going to miss this car. I'm really gonna miss this car. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, because I definitely did. It's definitely a heartbreak, but I will go on, and better things are in the future. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to like and share. If you enjoyed what you saw, consider subscribing and click here. If you want to see what YouTube recommends you watch next, click here. And as always, I look forward to seeing you guys next time.